The day has come for you to know the truth. For many years, I avoided your questions, my child. About you, about me, about your father. But you must know, you're not from here. Your homeland is to the north, in Bulgaria. Let me tell you a tale. Once, a powerful noble named Constantine led a rebel army to Turnovo, the capital of Bulgaria. The reigning Tsar, a murderer who had usurped the throne, fled with his son Ivan to the court of the Roman Emperor. The grateful nobles of Bulgaria, a class of men called the boyars, proclaimed Constantine Tsar. The new king brought peace to Bulgaria. He wed the emperor's niece and even arranged the marriage of the Roman ruler's daughter to a one-eyed Mongol Khan. But such peace was not to last. Men are like wolves. They smell weakness. While riding, the Tsar fell from his horse, shattering his legs and spine. The crippled Tsar watched helplessly as his kingdom descended into anarchy. Tatar raiders invaded his lands, while the boyars busied themselves with increasing their own power. For fear of the raiders' torch, the peasants accepted the boyar's whip. A most unlikely man changed this fate. A common pig farmer appeared in a small village. His hands were calloused, and his weathered face was like that of any man who worked for his livelihood. But this man was different. Not only did he urge the people to resist the Tatars, but he somehow turned his words into action, leading a militia to defend the villages. Soon, his unlikely successes attracted the attention of far more powerful.
We are too late. Here.
Ivelo! Tatar horsemen approach!
Tatars! Man the walls! The Tatars slaughter our people, but the treacherous boyars do nothing. They would sooner take the bread from our mouths than defend Bulgaria. No crops grow here in the dead of winter. We will need to find animals. The Tatars burned the villages but left the livestock to roam the woods.
Приказания. Зиждител. Аз долай. Зиждител. Здравко. Зиждител.
Да. Зиждителница. Собиратель приказания.
Да, собирател. Приказания, собирател.
Да. К оръжию. Приказания. Бой. И атака. Вашим услугам. К оръжию.
What is this? Peasants taking up arms in the villages? And your mischief serves, I'll have you all flogged and hung.
Аз готов.
Зиждителница. Зиждителница. Аз готова.
Да.
Зиждителница. Да. Зиждителница. Зиждителница. Приказания. Зиждителница.
Здраво. Зиждител.
Приказания. Да, господин.
Здрав път. Зиждителница.
Приказания. Здраво. Зиждител.
Да. Родокоп.
Аз готов. Редокоп. Да. Редокоп. Здраво. Редокоп.
mob of serfs with spears and swords. I will not tolerate rebellion in my villages.
Azi готов.
Зиждительница.
Да, и атака. В бой. Приказания к оружию. С вашим условием. И атака. Да, в бой. И атака. Приказание. Бой. К вашим услугам.
I'm undone by a villainous peasant.
Enough, sir! You kill and kill when the Tatas grow stronger. Do something useful for ally with me. I have a proposition that will make you a powerful. You dare defy your sire? I will blot you out!
К вашим услугам. Атака! В бой! Приказание атака! В бой!
You were born a peasant and you will die a peasant.
Атака! В бой!
How I will enjoy crushing you. I may be crippled, but I am a sire and you are a peasant. Never forget that.
Атака! Оръжие!
Аз готова.
Приказания?
Да.
Месура?
Приказание бой! Оръжие!
Приказания. Собирателница.
Атака! Оръжие! К вашим услугам. Атака! Приказания.
You killed the only man who kept the Mongol Khan and the Roman Emperor at bay.
К вашим услугам.
You cannot understand the ruin you have brought to Bulgaria.
Sometimes, the actions of others force us to make drastic decisions. Such was the case with Ivailo. Whatever his intentions, the armed band he led grew beyond him. It became a force of fury and of revenge. Having overthrown their masters, the peasants took vengeance on the hated nobles, murdering their families before blinding them with scorching hot needles. Ivailo himself was said to have slain Constantine. The Tsar's severed head was carried by a horseman to Turnovo, the capital. There, it was presented to the Tsar's wife, Maria, and their 7-year-old son. After her husband's murder, the Tsarina ruled the kingdom in disarray. Though this would have challenged even the most capable Tsar, the dark-haired Greek princess was greater than most men. Beautiful and cunning, Maria Paleologina Cantacuzene was a daughter of two of the greatest families in Constantinople. She had wed the Tsar on the orders of her uncle, the emperor, but her Byzantine guile proved as much a benefit to her husband. When a rival Bolyar threatened Constantine's rule, Maria offered to adopt him as her son and heir. The opportunistic Bolyar accepted and feasted in the Tsar's court, only to be found dead shortly afterward. Poisoned. But now, with an uprising in the countryside and scheming Bolyars in her own court, it would take all of Maria's cunning to preserve her power. But a more threatening menace came from her own uncle. The headstrong Roman Emperor Mikhail Palaiologos demanded his niece's submission. The Tsarina, just as strong-willed, refused. Furious that his own niece stifled his ambition, the Emperor chose an exiled prince to place on the Bulgarian throne. Ivan, the returning son of the Asen dynasty deposed by Constantine, led a great Roman army to retake his father's kingdom. The Tsarina alone could not defeat the Romans, nor could Ivailo challenge both the Tsarina and Ivan. The logic of these facts dictated the most unlikely alliance between a rebel leader and the wife of the Tsar he murdered. Ivan Asen and his Roman thugs are desecrating the Church of the Patriarchs. Save the Church, and you will be rewarded beyond your dreams.
Ivailo! Help us!
Здрав будь, аз да тотчас сделаю.
The little piglet has come to play. Do not worry, piglet. You will have a place in my kingdom. Shoveling pig down.
Зиждительница. Зиждительница.
Да.
Join me, Ivailo. I promise you that no woman is quite like me.
I grow weary of you. I will crush you now and take the throne from that harlot of an empress.
Зиждител.
Boy.
Oh, that pesky little Ivan is still running about. It would please me if you made him squeal for mercy.
Приказания. И атака.
Аз готова. Собиратель, здрав, собиратель.
Собирател.
Our enemies have stolen the relics of Saint Ivan of Rila. It would give me such pleasure if you found the relics and brought them to the monastery.
Зиждительница. Приказания.
Собирател. Приказания. Собирател. Да. Собирател.
Аз готова. Собиратель.
Здрав. Собирател.
Run. Back to your sow, little piglet.
Вашим услугам.
Приказания.
Зиждител. Приказания.
Зиждительница. Зиждительница. Зиждительница.
Да. И атака. Бой. Вашим услугам.
Правильно, да.
Da,
Собиратель
such
делает
aggression.
тотчас
I
сделаю.
find your victory
Тотчас
so
сделаю.
alluring.
Зиждительница. Зиждительница.
Приказание. Бой. Атака.
Приказание. Зиждител.
Аз готова.
Аз
Зиждительница.
готов. Зиждител.
Здрав будь. Зиждительница.
Зиждител. Здраво. Зиждител. Приказание. Зиждител. Аз готов. Зиждител.
Да. Зиждительница. Здрав, Рудников.
No bother. They're only men. There's many more where they came from.
К вашим услугам. Я собираюсь. Куда?
К оръжию.
Здраво. Да. Зиждител.
Приказание. Атака оръжие. Да. Бой.
Da. Oi, Vilo. Our enemies are almost defeated. Hold the church a little longer.
К вашим услугам.
Ivailo's army filled the Yantra River with Roman dead, securing Maria's place on the throne. Now, the Tsarina had to fulfill her end of the bargain. As Ivailo approached the gates to the fortress, Maria waited silently for the man who had killed her husband. As Ivailo stepped before her, the Tsarina placed the Tsar's crown, once worn by her husband and father of her child, on the swineherd's head, crowning a peasant a king. The objections of the watching nobility were silent but palpable. Then, in a hasty ceremony, Maria wed the newly crowned Tsar, tying her fate with his. Ivailo watched suspiciously as the boyars bowed their heads in his presence. No matter what respect they showed him as Tsar in daylight, he knew they whispered and cursed him in the shadows. Murderer! Peasants, come! Turnovo might be the city of the Tsars, but it belonged to the boyars. Ivailo knew that remaining there would be a death sentence, but he was tied to the city. The Tsarina was carrying his child. Yet fatherhood would have to wait. The emperor was undeterred by Ivan Asen's defeat. He enlisted his son-in-law, a great Mongol warlord named Nogai, to unleash war on Bulgaria. A descendant of Genghis Khan, Nogai was broad-shouldered and barrel-chested. He had lost an eye battling a brother in the Caucasus, a disfigurement that cost him the chance to rule as Khan of the Golden Horde. However, that was to his liking. Nogai was not a man to sit idly in a golden tent. He became the kingmaker and the real power behind the horde, leading its warriors into battle. Mongols, Tatars, humans, warriors as numerous as blades of grass streamed across the Danube into Bulgaria. Ivailo raced in the middle of the night to the river town of Drastar. There, he would raise an army and make his stand. In Turnovo, the Tsarina, alone and with child, waited for his return.
The Mongols have challenged the champion to single combat. Branislav has volunteered. If he dies before we reach Drastar, the garrison will lose hope and surrender to the Mongols. We must hurry, Ivailo.
Finally come, Tsar of the Bulgars! Nogai Khan looks forward to a great battle! Do not disappoint him!
Do not worry yourself over resources. We have stocked it down with everything you will need. Lead our armies, and we will provide for them.
Приказание.
вашим услугам. Приказание оружию. Бой.
Да. Зиждительница.
К вашим услугам. И атака.
Sir, the Tatar has been waiting for you outside the city walls. He calls himself Qasim Bey and says he has an offer for you.
Tsar Ivolo, we are kindred spirits. We both wish to free our peoples. Kill the Khans who rule the Tatars and Cumans, and these tribes will turn against the Mongols.
Зиждительница. Зиждительница. Здравствуй.
Приказание атака. В бой.
Your people once rode this steppe. It is a shame that none of that old blood remains in you. Come out from behind your walls, Tsar! Fight well. Nogai Khan will grant you a noble death. You will be boiled alive and impaled in front of Nogai's tent.
Right, humans! You are now free. Destroy the Mongols.
Strong steel can only come from a hot forge. You have shown Nogai Khan who is weakest among his warriors. The smell of burnt flesh and the taste of blood. Does it not fill you with joy?
My Tatar brothers, I have freed you. Ride against Nogai Khan.
Nogai Khan's horsemen are like blades of grass on the open steppe. Thousands may be trampled, but the horde marches on. honor to fight a strong enemy! Go now, Tsar of the Bulgars! Your throne has been taken by traitors!
A lone rider approached Drastar and called for the Tsar. Ivailo wondered, was this a messenger of the one-eyed Khan offering peace? But as the Tsar raised himself against the battlements, he could see the horseman was a Bulgarian. What word did he bring from Ternopil? Did he come to tell Ivailo of the birth of his child? No, the rider bore a message which chilled Ivailo and the survivors of the siege. Tsar, the horseman began, your men in Ternopil are dead, murdered by the Bolyars who have opened the gates to Ivan Asen. Ivan has taken the Tsarina and your newborn child and delivered them as prisoners to the Emperor. Ivailo rode south, galloping past torched villages and overturned fields. He rode under the tall peaks and through the narrow passages of the Balkan mountains. There, the remnants of his army would make their final stand. A great Roman army was approaching, sent to reinforce Ivan's faction in Ternopil. The army was commanded by the general, Mikhail Glabas, who had strengthened his already impressive numbers with Tatar mercenaries. With Ivan in the north and the Romans marching from the south, Ivailo knew neither refuge nor retreat remained for his last followers. His men would win or die in these mountain passes. But these valleys had witnessed impossible victories before. Here was where Bulgarian Khans and Tsars etched their places in history. The walls of granite rock echoed the names of heroes like Krum, Simeon, and Kaloyan the Roman slayer. To these, the names of Ivailo and his man would be added.
Bulgarians, lay down your swords and turn over the one called Ivailo. The Emperor will spare your lives. He only demands your leader.
Roman dog. Come and take him.
Tsar, Ivan Asen's men hold this town. You will have to go through the mountains to reach your warriors defending the pass. Like you, my people... forced by persecution into the mountains.